We did it! We fucking did it! We fucking did it! We did it! The biggest win in the history of our franchise. We did it, but no time to gloat. Giant game on Saturday night. What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Friday, May 24th, 11 a.m. in New York City, 8 a.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada, 9 a.m. here in San Jose, Costa Rica, and we did it. Now, no, not going to gloat. Still more work to do on Saturday night. We need all the positive karma that we can possibly get so that we can have a matchup with Destiny. Destiny being that trick, the Warriors. But there was some great capping done, and that feels really good. Raptors +7, cash. Kyle Lowry, over 26.5 points, rebounds, assists, cash. Our Raptors series bet at +375. Dave LA got +550 and +600. So did a bunch of people. Liberty Finder, a whole bunch of people did it after game 2. I screwed that up. I did it after game 1, +375. Now it's -200 and going up if you want Raps to win this series. We talked on the show about the Raptors defending the Bucks better than any team in the NBA. They did that. We talked about the Bucks missing one very important thing, experience. Man. We also said if there was a spot where an over was more likely, it was going to be early, it was going to be first quarter, but then it was going to become a chess match, a heavyweight boxing match. Also, I called Nikola Mirotic a semen sipper. Said that he can only do anything. All he can do is play on the periphery, on the outside. His three-point shot isn't falling. He's a defensive liability, afraid to go in the paint. And he did more than sip. Man, 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, and 9 minutes. I said his minutes were going to drop at 9. Glorious! Glorious! Now, I mean, I only have $100 on the +375, but cashed the -105. I bet it at -110, -105 on the show. The NBA record's looking better. I'm not going to bet Game 6 because I have the +375 hanging. Larry, can you put up the NBA record? Thank you, my friend. There you go. You throw a +375 on that February 7th to present. Now that's in plus units. And we're on our way to 20 units. It feels so good. Shout out to Demetrius Miller first in the chat. We got Don Corleone. Jay Stanley Sports says, I have Raptors winning it all. Well, let's... I mean, the Warriors are the Warriors. But... I mean, let's wait. Let's just wait. Dad Fan said should have played Raptors money line. I think it was +60. You know who did play Raptors money line? Dave LA. There he is right there. +265. Northside Gambling Channel says, what up, Jimmy? We the North. Let's eat some deer. Matt Randall says, on the road traveling, but want to get a shout out to my people. The Taint play today. Cashed again. And there's today's Taint play today. Cleveland money line. Oh, that's a banger. Against Snell. With the Indians on a 5-game losing streak. Man, the Taint play today is it's sharp because it scares the shit out of me every time I read it. That's nice. All right, we got Astute Chaos, DA Sportsbook NYC. We got Jansen Bonzen representing the 6. There he is. Oh shit, sorry, there's been a lot of... Sorry, Jansen Bonzen. We got Gate Pass Key. Dave LA says, my Raptors future looks great. +550, +660 to win the series. 800 to win the East. It looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. Jansen says, one more game. Derek Coleman, Drew B. Dave LA says, I knew it months ago. Yeah, no, it is. Jansen, what do you mean? That was the biggest win in franchise history. What are you talking about? Of course it was. And if we win the next game, that is as well. That will be the new one. But come on, that was the biggest game we've ever had. MVP Sportsbooks, we got Stooch, we got Kevin Pine. Wasn't that so funny when they would switch Brook Lopez on the perimeter on Kawhi? What were they thinking? Man, loved it. There's Brendan Cruz says need some help. Took a big hit yesterday. Yesterday, it was an interesting day in baseball, but I took both the dogs. The Indians embarrassed me, but Giolito, I was telling the guys in our chat that I'm sure I've lost $1,000+ on Giolito in his career, but he got me a little bit back. $125 on the plus 167. Got plus 172 here on the show. Jay Stanley says, and Fleet and his baby, though. You're right. Everything changed. Vaughn Burgess. Guillermo. My guy, Guillermo, says, shout out to Dave LA. Thanks for the birthday pick. Appreciate you guys. Poppy Longwood. Walla Walla knows. Young Huss. Noli knows. Ron Fig. Nice to see Ron Fig. I haven't seen one. I'll get you next week. Ricardo Gutierrez. Not Flush Allen. Miss J. Nice to see Miss J. What a treat. Corey Kelly. Tease. Said, told y'all Nurse has the Bucks figured out. Take Giannis from being a huge factor. Man, Giannis has got to play better. And that means he's just got to distribute. When the Raptors line up 4 guys, it's like the trap in hockey. We line up 4 guys, and Giannis still runs at them. If you're going to run at them, then you've got to distribute to an open man like a Brogdon at the 3-point line. He's not doing that. He's got to do that. Oh, feels good. Look, Ricardo Gutierrez saying Van Fleet was huge. Jansen saying Van Fleet, baby. There's my guy, Ski Profit in the house. BidXN got plus 400 series and game double. Ooh, BidXN, that was gorgeous. Gorgeous. Jansen says Mirotic is soft. Baby soft. Baby soft. Mitch Shea says my Bucks could be done. Well, you get an idea of what your team's made of. And then next year they'll have the experience that they don't have this year. But look, you guys can come in and win a game on the road. It's... and the spread was 2. Let's see if that's changed as well. The spread was 2. It is now, quickly check. I hope it's 2.5 now. Start moving in our direction. Yes, it's 2.5 now. Good. But you got to feel like you have hope. OG Wham says Game 7 on Monday. No. God, Trot Wham, no. No Game 7. No, please, no. Please, no. That Fire TV. Oh, White Sox and Raptors money line. Oh, That Fire TV. That is so gorgeous. Oh, God. There's Peter Russell. And Trot Wham up early in Vegas. Look at our guy up early in Vegas. I love it. Tom Marino says Giannis choked. Budenholzer choked. How do you have Giannis off the court in the most important possession of the game? I love it. There's Jardo Hernandez. There's Ron Crawford. Spreadsheet's been destroying. 33-13. Today it's Cubs, St. Louis, Arizona, Minnesota. And I'm already on the Cardinals and the -1 line, which I turned into a -106. I'm going to copy and paste our guy, Ron Crawford. There's Paco Healy representing San Diego. Now, they should be able to beat up the Blue Jays. I'm very curious to see what you think of that spot, Paco. MVP Sportsbook says Warriors are scary good. Let's not even worry about the Warriors. Let's not even think about Warriors. Let's not even talk about the Warriors. We still got work to do with the Bucks. There's Vegas Gun. Vegas Gun, our guy, the heart and soul of this show is our guy, Vegas Gun. Great to see you in the chat. So much love for you, Vegas Gun. What a wonderful, what a good vibe. Vegas Gun in the house. Man, I love that guy. Tom Marino. Okay, we got Yanks guy. Said Raptors going to the final. You did. We got Michael Latore. Says diehard Bucks fan. Giannis foul line have become a problem. It has. There's Pac-Man. Christopher Hogan. What a great group. viewers. Oh, I'm so funny. Jason Stasher in the house. Don Corleone says this is over, Jimmy. We can't speak in those terms. Don Corleone. Too much on the line. Got to keep karma positive. Positivo. There's my guy, Top Set. Okay. Well, let's get to work. Rod Zawacki. There's Kobe Valentine. Raptors plus 500 money line. Wow. What? 500. You must have teased it. Did you tease it to like a minus? You must have teased it to like a -2 or 3 or something. Wow. Impressive. Jansen says the Seaman Sipper play of the day. Oh, that felt good. Oh, yes. Dave LA says money line. I'm taking game. Let's not. I don't even want to get there. I don't want to even get there. I'm too nervous. Let's wait up. Chris Postal in the house. We got Henry Ortiz. Don Vito says, hi, Jimmy. First ever poster in the chat. Reds on the money line this afternoon at Wrigley. Keep up the good content. Wow, from Tokyo. That's so sweet. I like that look on the Reds. We're going to break that game down. That's the one afternoon game. I am copying and pasting Don Vito. First time in the chat. Yellow Jesus, your future stepdad in the making. Oh, wow, Kobe live when they were down 14. Wow. Wow, that is spectacular. That is, wow. 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 I knew when we got through that first half down 3 that the Bucks were in big trouble. I mean, they were up 18-4. And then we just kept, because they're going to do that. A very good basketball team is going to punch you in the face in a very important basketball game in the playoffs when they're at home after a couple losses, and we handle that punch. Jansen says City of Toronto would be wild on Saturday. I wish I was there. Man, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. Oh, Rizzle 247, Rizzle 24/7 says hate it or love it. The underdog on top. T-Dog, we hot. Oh, feels good. But more work to do. And more work to do on this show. Let's get to work. So yesterday, again, like a slight winning day. 2-2 with a push. And the White Sox plus 167 took care of that minus 130 loss with the Nationals first 5. So loss with the Nationals, Indians, won with the Twins and the White Sox, and then push. And it was a lucky push. Don't get me wrong. I was very fortunate to push with the Jays Red Sox. It was very fortunate. My guy Larry, Lucrative Larry over there, star of the Rogue trilogy, could you put up my baseball record and then we will get to work right now. We got a lot of work to do. So it's improving a little bit. It's improving a little bit. The tiniest of margins. I can't believe it. Oh, God, how bad is my record? Well, that's an improvement. But it is. It is. And Cody Valentine says, Kavam Biggio. Called up for the Jays. We're very excited. We have we're going to be good at some point. At some point. Not sure where, but we got Bo Bichette, who hasn't come up yet. He's hurt. We got Biggio. We got Guerrero. Names we all know. There's Don Ricci, 5-1 MLB yesterday. I was watching. I'm following you. Brendan Cruz says Cubs minus 1.5. What do you think? Well, we have Don Vito from Tokyo, our new to the chat, who likes the Reds. So let's break that game down. Antoine Seymour hit a 19 parlay yesterday thanks to the Lowback fam. It feels like we're on a pretty nice run. It's not a long run, but it feels like we're seeing things clearly and doing a nice job here. Dave LA says 3 plays so far. Orioles reverse run line at plus 295. Dave, I saw you get that plus 295, and I don't know where you got it. Could you tell me where you got it? Because Bet365 used to be the best on the reverse run lines, and it's plus 215. Or are you on minus 2.5? Are you on minus 2.5, Dave? I'd love to know. He's also on A's team total over. That's cashed twice in a row. Or 8 times in a row. 8 times in a row. And Tigers Mets no runs first inning. I like that. I like all that. But Dave, can you let me know where you're getting that? Because I'm getting offered a plus 215, which is not even enough really at by your local. Wow, that is juicy. Okay. And Dave L.A. going for 9 straight A's team total overs. I like it. And Henry Ortiz says Blue Jays money line play of the day. Interesting, Henry. Okay. Let's get to work. Shall we? Let's get to work. Okay. Going up. Wow, minus 1.5. You're getting an 80-cent better line than what we thought was always giving us the best reverse run lines. Wow. Okay, let's get to work. Reds, Cubs, the afternooner, 59 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 9 miles per hour in. Reds 10-16 on the road. Cubs 17-8 at home. DeSclafani versus Hendricks. Let's look at the market moves, and then let's look at the lineups. Here we go. I am on sportsbookreview.com, SBR odds page. Let's go to money lines and totals. There's King Rail in the house. Dream, first half minus 4. Can't wait to have Dream can't wait to have Rail with us on the Late Show. WNBA starting today. And KMC Gill. K. McGill, 84 says, what are we doing for the Cubs game? Let's figure that out right now. Total opens at 8.5 and minus 120, so a little bit juice to the under. It is now at 8. And that's a little bit juice to the over at minus 115 to the over. Cubs open up at minus 155. There's been a 10-cent move towards the Cubbies. 10-cent move towards the Cubbies. Cody Valentine said, I think Seattle's my favorite play on the board. Seattle owns Oakland. But who is LeBlanc now? I mean, is LeBlanc This is one of the guys that, there was a couple guys I lost a ton of money on. And one was backing Giolito last year, although he's giving me a tiny bit of it back. And another was fading LeBlanc last year when he was spectacular. Noli knows saying Hendricks has pitched well in home games. There's our guy, Anna Merrick. Okay, so let's see this lineup that we're dealing with right now. We got confirmed lineups for the Reds: Senzel, Voto, Suarez, Winker, Puig, Dietrich, Iglesias, Barnhart. For the Cubbies: Schwarber, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Hayward, Caratini, Descalso, Almora Jr. Torino says Hendricks doesn't pitch deep. This line looks inflated because of how bad the Cubs bullpen is. The back of the Cubs lineup is still bad. East Fan Pork Chop, my guy, says Desclafani current form isn't great. Hendricks at home has stellar numbers, so Cubs for me. Matthew Owen, Desclafani 8.16 ERA in day games, and Hendricks has been great at home. Matthew Owen, that's a great stat on Desclafani's day ERA. I like it. Noli knows liking the under. And then Kobe saying about that Mariners, the only reason why I know we need to focus on the Cubs, but the Mariners, we do know that Dave's been hitting with these team total A's over and he's going back to the well. And then we've already heard Kobe said that he likes the Mariners here. So we'll just briefly talk about this. Kobe says this is a solid team that LeBlanc can beat and get his confidence back first. He knows his team in Oakland aren't great contact hitters. Okay. Interesting. And yeah, he has this, I believe is what's the second start off the DL? Yeah, he has come back. Yeah, Dave, he's come back. As far as I know, this is, I believe, his second. Okay, so let's stick. We're gonna stick with the Cubbies game, afternoon game, and then move forward. Let's talk about it more. So I like Matthew Owen's call on Desclafani's daytime ERA. I don't want to go against our new member of the chat, Don Vito from Tokyo. Desclafani lost it. So it looked like Desclafani was becoming a major piece of this Reds rotation, but the last couple starts have been bad. Lost his last start 6-0 at home to the Dodgers. Gave out 3 home runs, lasted 4 innings. That's 2 straight starts. He lasted only 4 innings. In his last 2 starts, 8 innings total, 14 hits, 8 runs, 4 homers. Now the Reds bullpen, best in the league, but it got touched Wednesday at Milwaukee. Gave up 5 runs in the 6th inning. Hendricks' last 6 outings, he's been very good. 4-1 with a 2.53 ERA, struck out 35, walked 6, and 42 2/3. Hendricks' last start, 6-5 win over Washington. He looked bad at the end of the start, but he was spectacular before that. He retired the first 11 batters. He didn't allow a hit until the opening batter of the 5th. East Fan Pork Chop says first 5 under looks good. Interesting. Art Hayes saying Cubs lost, but 11 hits yesterday. East Fan Pork Chop says plus the Cubs first righties way better than Cincy. Let's talk about it. Cubs are hitting 262, 804 OPS against righties. Reds are hitting 216, 674 OPS against righties. Dom Ricci says Cincy on the road 4-11 versus teams winning 57% or more. Yeah, Art Hayes, unbelievably, they did at that point have the best bullpen ERA in the league, and they no longer do. Oh, no, they don't have the best bullpen. Why did I say they're the best in the league? Best in the NL. Excuse me, sorry. Best in the NL. My fault. Thank you for clearing that up. You're right. Houston is the best, then Cleveland, then Tampa, and then Cincinnati third. But before they got lit up, they were ahead of Cincinnati. Now, Desclafani's always pitched well at Wrigley. 3.19 ERA in 5 starts at Wrigley. Yeah, my fault. I wrote league leading, but it should say NL leading. Christopher Smith says Reds can't keep up with the hitting. Dave LA liking the over in the Reds Cubs going up against Noli. Yeah, I'd have to say Sean Watson. Xavier Oliver says, what's the taint play of the day, Jim? The taint play of the day that's coming off another win is the Cleveland Indians money line. God, Matt Randall is no fear. Guys, no fear. Chip Plylar saying, Rail, best WNBA guy on the planet. Yes, he put money in our pockets. I didn't even start really looking at the sport till halfway through the season, but I'm hooked. Matthew Owen, Hendricks 0.62 ERA at home, 2.16 in day games. This, to me, Jose Arguelles is already on the Cubs. Our guy Jose already on the Cubs. Yeah, Sports Canada Daily says Astros might have a better pen. Yeah, that was my fault. And Art Hayes corrected it. Oh, that's just a lean for Dave LA. Astute Chaos like in the first 5. Topset says Reds are pass, so pass. You know, I think that Matthew Owen has given me enough information to back the Cubbies. I know the Reds are off. The Cubs bullpen's tired. That's my only fear. A tired Cubs bullpen, a fresh Reds team. You know, with the bullpen being so tired, I guess a look that I would like would be the first 5 minus a half. And first 5 minus a half is minus 115. I think that's what I'm going to do here. I'm not going to take the Cubs full game because I'm uncomfortable with how tired of a bullpen they are. Rod Zawacki says, no, don't do it, Jimmy. Rod Zawacki, expand on that. Von Burgess says, I like, so Kevin Pine's on it. Mally Mouse says, usually a Cubs, and then V's Fan Porchok says, takes Cubs first 5. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Rod Zawacki, and then Sean Glass said, you just said it, Jimmy, easy money. I think that, and then Rod Zawacki on Reds money line first 5. DeSclafani is fine at Wrigley Field. He's coming off 2 bad starts. We know that Hendricks will be rolling. Corey Kelly says that's what I'm on. I think that we can trust Hendricks here in this spot. Sports Gambling Data says Cubs at their price is about equal, not over or undervalued. I'm going to take it. And I don't like hearing Rod Zawacki being on the other side, but this play makes sense to me. Let's just take one last look at the lineups. I know we're spending too long on this game. Schwarber, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Hayward, Caratini, Descalso, Almora. Yeah, I'm going to take it. I think Hendricks can take care of it for me. East Van Porchuk's on first, Cubs first 5 in the under. Okay, I'm taking the Cubs first 5 minus a half at minus 115. All right. I'm going to get a capital there. Okay. B Smooth says Cincy 4-1 coming off a day rest. I think a nice move, a nice look would be Reds on the second half. There's a guy, Jose Villegas. Okay. Benjamin Creasy saying, feels like an under, probably first 5 under. Hendricks induces a lot of ground balls. I like Baez at shortstop. I can understand all these looks, but I feel the one I'm most confident in is the Cubs getting a run or 2 and Hendricks keeping things tight. So Cubs first 5 minus half, minus 115. All right, let's move on to Marlins Nationals. Let's move on to these late games. We have a lot of games to get through. And Don Reed says, I locked in Cubs under. Ray Coleman says, what about parlay Reds, Astros, Brewers? And Rod Zawacki, Reds money line full game. Look, I think the Reds second half would be a nice look. And if the Reds get behind, maybe a possible live bet. Matthew Owen saying Reds, Hendricks went 8. Yes, let's talk about his last. So, oh no, I don't have his last start against them. Yeah, but good call. Good call. I'm liking what Matthew Owen, I'm liking his stats. I'm liking what he's bringing to the table. And Mally Mouse says, few people in here liking Reds. Am I missing something? It's Rod Zawacki and that stat. That was a good stat. That was a nice stat by B Smooth. 4-1 when coming off of a day rest. That's a nice stat. Okay, let's move on to Marlins Nationals. Rod Zawacki already liking the Marlins money line. It seems like there's a lot of live dogs on this card. Take a look at what we're dealing with now. Oh, sorry, that's first half. Let's go to full game. Here we go. I guess you're right. That first, wow, and it did go up to 8.5. You're right. Pinnacle moving that total up to 8.5. I guess I do kind of like the look of the first 5 under, but I'm going to stay off. I'm going to stay with just the Cubbies. Get the bats, get to the DeSclafani. All right, let's go. Nationals, Marlins. Total opens at 9. It's still there, but bookmaker, a sharp book, has already brought it down to 8.5. Interesting. Nationals open at minus 168. There has been a 30-cent move towards the Marlins. A 30-cent move towards the Marlins. And you know, Jim Rummy's trying to teach us about getting on these plays early. And right now, the Marlins at minus 168 looks gorgeous. At let's see what exactly there. I shouldn't say that because that's not the. Let's just go to money lines. See exactly what I don't want to be putting numbers in the Marlins' mouth. Marlins open at plus 158. Now at plus 128. Around plus 160, it's a great look. At plus 130, I don't know. Dave LA says over. And Nutflush Allen says going to take the over in St. Louis, Atlanta. I'm going to copy. Ben Sports picks 24/7s on Marlins, D-backs, Tampa. I'm going to copy and paste those. And Dave Ellie says over. And then with Ben Sports 24/7 taking Tampa Bay, he's going right up against the taint play of the day, which is very dangerous. Ben Sports 24/7 says Lopez going to pitch great against the Nationals tonight. Dave L.A. liking Marlins plus 1.5. Mally Mal on Marlins money line. Astute Chaos also liking the over. Brian Cox on the Marlins. You don't see anyone here saying take the Nationals. Tom Marino says some teams don't respect the Marlins, but Nationals need wins. I don't trust Lopez. He can get destroyed at any time. I'd lean Nats team total over. Lamont Williams, I missed your play. Oh, there it is. In the chat, give you guys and women some more money. You can take it or leave it. Tampa Bay first 5 money line and Tampa Bay first 5 under. And Blake Snell K's over. There it is. Copied and pasted, Lamont. Thank you for stopping by and giving us the goods. Okay, copied and pasted. Sorry. Copy and paste that. All right. William Terry says, let's go Jimmy Cash in the Sox and Giolito easy. We needed it. We needed it. There's Larry Stroh. Miami got me good yesterday. Dom Ricci says, Lopez, if you take out his one trash game, he's pitching well. You're right. And, of course, as you know, I had him. That was on a Friday. And I didn't have him. I think it was I had the Marlins first 5 that day, and they went down 10-0 in the first. Okay, let's talk about it. 81 Fahrenheit, clear 9 miles per hour in. Marlins have won 6 straight. Nats have lost 5 straight. Nats are 10-14 at home. Kyle McGowan coming in. He's only pitched a few innings in the majors this year, but in Fresno, 4-2, 4.32 ERA, 1.30 WHIP, 41 2/3, 50 Ks, 12 walks, 6 homers. That's impressive. And Arhe says, sounds like everyone going against the taint, y'all crazy. I agree. That's a tricky thing to do. On point wagers like your Nationals team total under. Dave L.A. says 2 bad bullpens matchup, also like the second half over. Interesting. And what has the movement been on that total again? Oh, there was no movement. There was no movement. I agree. I was high on Pablo Lopez, and I know I got it right in the drink hole. There has been a move towards the under here. A 12-cent move towards the under in Washington. Marlins. I feel like this is a tricky spot. I could understand Dave taking the plus 1.5, but you would have had to get that early. Let's see what it is for the Marlins plus 1.5. Oh, wow, minus 151. I'm definitely not going to do anything like that. Okay, let's talk about it a little more. So, as we said, Lopez gave up 10 runs, 3 innings on the loss to the Mets on May 10th, and then he rebounded in a very, very nice start. 7 shutout innings, best start of his career. He allowed a hit to the first batter he faced, struck out 7. No more hits other than that first batter. He has got bad numbers in 2 career starts against Washington. Ben Sports 24/7 says, yeah, Nationals bullpen will get touched. Bubba says, too much public love on Marlins rolling with Nats tonight. I agree. Sean Glass says, look at the lineup, Jimmy. We can't really get, I think it's just kind of a waste of our time to look at these lineups right now because there's a lot, they're just expected lineups and a lot of changes go down. I think we just focus on looking at the lineups on the late show because if it's not confirmed, you don't want to base information on things that could change so quickly. Mally Mal says ride streaks. Don Reed says Lopez had that 10-run, put a line through that game. In my opinion, Marlins, he's pitching better. Marlins, he beat the Mets, Tigers. Nats are no better than the Mets. Bobby Digits says I was about to jump all over the Marlins, but look at Lopez home and road splits. I don't have that in front of me. I got to move forward. Could you give us them, Bobby? I'd love to see the home and road splits. I feel uncomfortable with this game. I think McGowan's had nice numbers in Fresno. I believe he's like 27 years old, so he's not a kid. 2 seasons in the majors, he's looked bad, but I mean, we're only 10 2/3. So, and Bobby Digital says he's only lights out at home. And Mally Mal says over is the best play, and that's Miami. I feel uncomfortable. Oh, and here we go. I just feel uncomfortable. I don't know what Pablo Lopez is going to give us. He's just a 23-year-old kid, so I think that there's going to be volatility within his numbers. And Not Flush Allen says Fulton Avich last time out gave up 8 runs, a little over 4 innings, 3 homers. Also coming off that Giants game, he will need to stay in the game longer because bullpen had to go extra. It's a terrible travel spot. It's a terrible travel spot for the Braves. John Garcia says keep riding the hot teams, Jimmy. You know what? And there's Rad Ray, 77. Been too long. Way too long. Nice to see Rad Ray. I'm off. I'm off at this point. Maybe something will change through afternoon of study. Let's move on to Dodgers-Pirates. Do we know who the Pirates starter is yet? We still don't know. There's still no line. Let's not spend time on this game because we have so many games to get to. If we get to a point where we've caught up with everything, we'll go back to it. Dodgers have Walker Buehler going. We're expecting an opener, but let's not spend too much time on this spot. We'll hammer this game on the late show. But Buehler does look like he's turned it around. And Los Angeles 3-2 on this 8-game road trip, 3-city 8-game road trip. Larry Stroh says, dog day, KC rolls. I like it. Kobe Valentine says, don't ever take Braves over Cardinals and never take Fulte to beat St. Louis. I'm already on St. Louis -1. Paulo Marquez says, Nationals aren't batting. Ben Force Pick 24/7 says, Miami beat 2 teams they should have lost to. All right, Hayes liking the Dodgers here. We just don't have a line. Let's not waste time. Let's keep moving forward. We got a lot of work to do. Padres, Blue Jays. I hope Paco Healy is still watching the show. We've already been given the Blue Jays as a play of the day from one of our guys, and I guess the travel is bad for the Padres, but they did have a day off, so they were chilling last night in Toronto. Did they go out in Toronto? Because Toronto would have been live last night with the Raptors beating the Bucks in Milwaukee. That city would have been popping, man. Von Burgess leading Colorado over 2. Enough flush tonight. Anyone looking to bet on the Giants game, wait until late show. I have a feeling they're going to sit some lefties, which will change our look. Oh, I love that insight. Okay. Brian Clark in the house. Todd. Okay, let's keep rolling. Padres, Jays, and Ramon Scott saying a huge move on the Jays. Let's take a look at what that move is right now. And we've already heard that it was a play of the day. You know, a huge move. It just makes me think that the Padres partied in Toronto last night. And now I'm just saying that as I have no proof or anything, but it just feels like a spot where the Padres would have gone out. And Toronto is a great place to do that. And I have a feeling that the Padres went out in Toronto last night. So the Padres open at -125, a 12-cent move towards the Jays. The total opens at 9. It's now down to 8.5. Luke Casey, 3-3, 4.28 ERA, 1.26 WHIP. Thornton, 1-4, 4.41 ERA, 1.29 WHIP. Padres are hitting just 230, 681 OPS against righties. Jays are hitting 232, 642 OPS against lefties. If you looked at this game earlier in the year, you circled it, probably thinking you're going to see Tatis Jr. against Guerrero. Tatis is on the IL. Padres were off on Thursday. They completed a 3-game sweep with the Diamondbacks. Bookie Lover says Padres struggling against heavy curveballs and breaking balls. And Kobe Valentine says, not sure all the Padres did, but Machado definitely did. I bet you could find out, Kobe. I know you got a lot of hookups in the city. I bet we'll get some information from our guys in Toronto to tell us if they did or not. Sports Gambling Daily says, I don't see any value on the Jays or the Padres with their current price. Paco Healy, there. I'll be on Padres rest of the series. Paulo Marquez is on the Padres tonight. Larry Stroh said the Blue Jays went out too, Jimmy. You're right, actually, Larry Stroh. But that's a little different because the Jays did play. But I feel that. Dom Ricci, San Diego, no run first inning. Twins are the best team. Oh, sorry. Oh, I think he meant Jays are the best. Padres aren't up against the Twins. Sorry, okay. Larry Stroh says Thornton doesn't pitch deep. I like San Diego. There's Jorge. Don't play. Mitchell Chagas says Padres. Jays liking the over. Padres better bats. Jays hit lefties better. They don't. Better. They're still hitting 232, 642 OPS versus lefties. Kirby Yates has looked great. 20 saves first 50 games. Luke Casey, last start, May 17th, pitched 7 innings, allowed 2 runs against the Pirates. And the Pirates are rolling right now, so that was a nice effort. That was at home. Thornton making his 11th career start. Allowed 1 run, 3 hits, 1 walk, struck out 4 over 6 innings against the White Sox. And we know the White Sox bats aren't terrible. Ulysses Hayes says San Diego has better bats. No doubt about that. Blue Jays have lost 9 of their last 11 home games. They're 9-16 at home. Guerrero's rolling, and we'll have Kevon Biggio up. Biggio, that's a big deal to us. I'm going to need more time on this spot. I need more time on this spot. I would lean Padres, though. But the market moved towards the Blue Jays. I'm just going to leave an L beside the Padres and study it this afternoon. Top Set says I like Padres series as well. Okay, let's keep rolling. Tigers, and Thomas says Jays have been hitting young team at home. I'd lean Toronto. Mitchell Chagas says I see a lot of homers in this game. And Don Ricci meant White Sox wins. No worry. Okay, we're going to get to that game. That's a tricky spot. Now, I didn't catch the White Sox 2 days in a row. I wish I had have. You got Moss says, I watched the show every day last week and had a huge week. Haven't had time to watch until today and had a terrible week. You got Moss. We need you. You are a huge asset to us. So it's not us to you. It's also you to us. It's great to have you here. Okay. Tigers, Mets. Mally Mal says, who's the worst team in MLB? Okay, that's what you guys talking about. Yes, Tigers look awful. Gregory Soto up against Syndergaard. In Citi Field, 72 Fahrenheit, clear, 13 miles per hour in. Let's take a look at what the market move has been here for the Mets. We got time. We need to keep a brisk pace, but we don't need to panic. Sorry, I tell myself that every once in a while. 7.5 is the total. It opened up juiced to the under at minus 120, and it hasn't moved. Hasn't moved at all. The Mets open up at minus 275. There's been a 5-cent move towards the Tigers. Dave LA says, I'm on Tigers, Mets, no run first inning. Interesting. Soto. I have Soto. Does the market have Soto? Sorry, I just want to make sure that I've done this right. I had Soto here because someplace, we have Gregory Soto in. Okay, let's break this down. Tigers batting 218, 635 OPS against righties. Mets 258, 766 OPS against lefties. Tigers lost their 9th straight loss. 5 unearned runs with 2 outs. This is a clubhouse. Thank you. Clubhouse. I didn't want to say dressing room. I was going to say locker room. A clubhouse that's hurting. They've been outscored 68-21 during their 9 games to good. Gardy said that they were a hurting clubhouse after that the guys who committed the errors were really down on themselves, and that he stands by them, and he says all the right things. Detroit playing bad. Soto started that suspended game on Sunday. He gave up 3 runs over 4 innings, that suspended game against the A's. So really, they're about to lose 10 straight at home, and they might have. That game was suspended when the A's got 2 runs in the top of the 7th, so it's going to the bottom of the 7th with the A's up 5-3. Mets are coming off a 4-game sweep of the Nationals. Look at those veterans that have come in and given the spark to the Mets. I love this shit. I was doing a stat for our opening graphics, and I was doing the stolen base leaders and how far everyone's behind Ricky Henderson. And Rajai Davis, I almost didn't include him. 38 years old in the minors. And I was like, he's live. He's still playing. He's still got a shot to play in the majors. And I included him in the list. And then he comes up, takes a $250 Uber ride from Syracuse to Citi Field, hits a 3-run shot as a pinch hitter for a win. I love that shit. I love Rajai Davis. Carlos Gomez called up as well. He hits a 3-run homer. Syndergaard took the loss in his most recent start Sunday. He allowed 2 runs over 7 innings as the Mets fell to the Mariners. Dom Ricci said, I lean, same as yesterday, under first 5. Those of you who are new to the low bag chat, when Dom Ricci talks about the Mets, we listen intently. Not much, Allen. Oh, it's so funny. Jimmy's on a huge streak 5 days in a row without saying dressing room. Paco Healy says, Franmil Reyes and Machado pop bottles. That would not surprise me. Dom Ricci says, Mets at minus 275 should be illegal. Wow. Mally Mouse says, it's obvious. Mets minus 2.5 at that line. Is Noah at home? And that's his play of the day. Dave LA's play of the day is Tigers Mets no runs first inning. So Dave LA trusts Soto. Sorry, I'm just going to copy and paste Dave's play of the day. There we go. Dave LA's play of the day. Is McNeil playing? You got Moss? We're not going to know. That's the problem. We're not going to know, so we're not going to make guesses here. Yo-Yo Street says, Jimmy, you still think Kawhi leaving for Toronto for LA? I don't want any negativity to come into the positivity that's happening right there. And Kawhi can do whatever he wants. But just take us to the NBA Finals. And then, I just don't want to get, it's so positive right now, Yo-Yo Street, and I don't want to let any darkness come into the light that is shining on the Toronto Raptors right now. Rick Rodriguez says, and Mitchell Shaga says McNeil is out. McNeil is out. Noah should be pissed off and firing, says Don Ricci. McNeil is on the IL, says CT Bays with Cano and Nemo. Don Ricci says, I can see a Mets 4-1 victory. Bobby Digital backing Mets at minus 3 with that offense and possibly no McNeil. I'm good. Wow. And Bookie Lover says, I like that, Dave LA. I'm tailing. Big Guy Bubba says, slim picking today, Jim. Mets team total over 4.5, best spot in that game. I like that look. Yo-Yo Street said, let's go, Jimmy. I love it. Okay, so I like that look. But I'm just gonna write that Bubba's on it here, and that I have a lean to help my afternoon study. Matthew Owen, Mets money line, and Cleveland Rays under 7.5 parlay. I will copy and paste that. Done. And then I think this is a great call by Dom, saying that the Nats bullpen made them look better than they are. Maybe just a full game under would be a spot there. Maybe just a full game under. And what is that right now? That is the total in the Mets game is 7.5. Joe and East said, Jimmy, thought you were going to join. I did. I got the app, Joe. I got the app. I tried to go in. I tried to get the White Sox as my first play in the contest, but I couldn't figure out how to get into the competition. So I sent Big Boss a message. I'll figure it out in the afternoon, but I want to be in it. Okay, let's keep rolling along here. I'm just going to leave that as a lean. We move on to Rays Indians. Take a look at the movement here. Tampa Bay, Cleveland. Tampa Bay opening at minus 130. There's been a 3-cent move towards the Rays. The total opening at 8, but heavily juiced to the under at minus 125. Now it's under 7.5, but heavily juiced to minus 121. So a half run down towards the under. There's Ed Williams. Thor over 7 Ks. I like that look. I'm going to copy and paste that look. Right here. Okay. East Van Pork Chop giving us great stats. Man, you guys are on one today. We're getting great work. Great, as always, but this is exceptional today. East Van Pork Chop, Cleveland versus lefty, 671 OPS. Tampa Bay versus righty, 799 OPS. They both have great bullpen, so I'm on Tampa Bay and the under. Oh, sorry, we skipped the Dodgers game. Past the Padres, Blue Jays. Okay, here we go. Yes, Rays 263, 799 OPS against righties. Bieber 3-2, 3.22 ERA. Blake Snell's been rolling right now. Let's talk about the Indians first, though. They've lost 4 straight. They've allowed 11 home runs and 25 runs in that span. Bieber 1-1, 3.00 ERA, 2 career counters with Tampa Bay. Remember, the taint play of the day is on the Indians' money line. Tampa Bay 4 homers in Thursday's 7-2 victory. They're 16-7 on the road. Tommy Pham extended hitting streak to 9 games with a solo shot, 11 for 34. Snell lowered his ERA by a full run over his last 3 starts, 1-1 while allowing just 3 runs, 11 hits, 30 strikeouts in 17 2/3. He's rolling. No decision Saturday against the Yankees, 1 run, 6 hits, 9 Ks. 2-1, 1.69 ERA, 1.05 WHIP, and 4 career starts against the Cleveland Indians. Took a no-hitter in the 7th inning last start. That was September 12th of last year. Ulysses Hayes says Cleveland is due for a win. Sean Glass says Cleveland can't score. Initially, I think that Bieber can get touched here. He likes to be around the plate. This is an offense that's rolling. Art Hayes says Cleveland due, and so does Ulysses Hayes. And Ben Sports 24/7 says Cleveland ain't due for nothing but another loss. Look, I was going to take the Rays here. But the taint play of the day is on the Indians. We've seen what the taint play of the day record is. So why go up against the taint play of the day? I'm not going to. I'll leave this as a lean. We know what the taint play of the day is. And let's move on. Bobby Digital says, how's the taint been doing? This is my first show in a while. I believe what is 31-12-1. We'll have the graphic for the late show. I believe it's 31-12-1. 32-12-1 is the taint record because it won yesterday. 32-12-1. CT Base is almost a month since Booker Leverkusen saying Cleveland lineup is just bad. I get it. I want the Rays, but I know what not to go against. That, my friend, is taint. Let's move on. Red Sox, Astros. Can you guys tell me what you think about the roof in Houston tonight? I thought that when the wind was over 10 miles per hour, it's at 13, that maybe the roof would be open, but it's a nice night in Houston. Maybe the roof would be closed, but it's a nice night at 85 Fahrenheit. And I think this will obviously affect what we think about the totals because the wind's going out to left center. So if the roof's open, there's going to be some, the ball's going to travel. Let's talk about Sale, Miley. Red Sox open at minus 140. There's been a 3-cent move towards the Astros. The total open at 8.5. Juice to the over. It's still there. A 4-cent move towards the over. Russell Gordy says, yes, Jimmy Rays. No way we bet Cleveland. And Ron Lofton says, tailing taint play of the day is simply a must. Ben Sports 27 said, tailing taint is how you lose money. Blindly tailing plays. And Sports Gambling Day says, always too humid here in H-Town. God, I want to be in H-Town. I want to go to party in H-Town. That could be a spot. We're going to do Miami next, but H-Town could be a spot for a low-bag summit of champions. Hang out with Scarface for a bit. Big Guy Bubba says Stroh's starting a slump. Well, we knew that was going to happen. You take Altuve and Springer out of a lineup, they're going to be worse. That Fire TV shouting out to Sports Gambling Daily. Okay, Brendan Cruz says, don't know how I feel about Astros as an underdog. Wade Miley, 4-2, 3.51 ERA, 1.17 whip. Chris Sale, 1-5, 4.31 ERA, 1.08 whip. Ramon Scott says, I just want to fade Sale on the road in an elite matchup with his minus 5.5 units this season overall. Crafty Miley proves all the analytic nerds are crazy. Ulysses Hayes says, Fifth Ward, baby. There's Joey Evang in the house. Shout out to Joey Evang. Okay. Astros coming off losing 2 straight to the White Sox. Red Sox just took 3 of 4 in Toronto. Miley did not factor in the May 19th decision, but that was a tough spot for him against the Red Sox. He allowed 3 runs, just 2 earned, 7 hits with 2 strikeouts over 5. But Miley, career numbers against Boston are bad. 2-2, 6.35 ERA. Miley pitched for Boston in 2015, 11-11, 4.46 ERA. Sale walked 5 batters against Houston on May 19th. So if you think about Sale and Miley both going back to see another lineup again, I would definitely give Sale the advantage. Shout out to Sherigan, our guy Sherigan Amaterasu in the house. Brendan Cruz saying Astros game over. Tom Marino says Houston has a bullpen to back up Miley even if he struggles. That's true. Matthew Owen saying Bieber coming off a complete game shutout. I like the under in 7.5. I do too. You got Moss says, oh wait, Snail's pitching only minus 130. Wait a minute, Snail only minus 130 against straight ball throwing Bieber? Bobby did just say Miley's such a regression candidate. Tomino says Sale's velocity is back up, but he's not pitching at elite level. He looks overvalued here. East Van Porchok says Miley's going to get crushed. Wow, this is a very, very interesting game. Okay, I'm staying off of that Fire TV, taking Red Sox money line and minus 1.5. I guess I would lean towards the Red Sox. The Astros lineup is cold. It's just cold. And you think Sale coming in is going to help them? They just got touched by, or held down badly. They only got singles against Giolito yesterday. And then Sale's so different than Giolito. So it's not like they're looking at another right-hander. They're looking at such a different pitcher. I think that under 7.5 is an interesting look, the way Bieber is pitching and the way Snell and the Indians lineup is going. And I have a lean towards the Red Sox. Bobby, did you like in the under in that spot? Tomino saying Houston's seen Sale a lot going back to last year. That's true. Domrich saying, let's go back. Sorry, I like that look, the under 7.5. I think Bobby Digital just gave it to us. We've heard a couple other guys on it. Let's just quickly go back to the Indians game here. Blue Jays. Rays, Indians. What's been the total movement there? Opened at 8, but heavily juiced. And now it's still heavily juiced. And Heritage has already moved it down to 7. Oh, Sherigan, we talked about it off the top. I'm extremely pumped. And I'm so excited and so proud of that team. I think the under 7.5 is a good look. East Van Porchek says, book that Tampa Bay under. 2 great bullpens. I think so too. Well, let's just because we know the Indians' bullpen's been so strong. And they didn't use anybody when they were down so much yesterday. I'm going to jump on it. I'm getting minus 118 at Pinnacle. Under 7.5 of minus 118. I'm going to take in the Indians game. Under 7.5 at minus 118. There we go. Von Burgess says, Ulysses says you'll burn yourself in an under with these 2 teams. I mean, the Indians aren't hitting at all. It's the Rays that are dangerous. Okay, it's what, and so Mally Mal thinks it goes over as well. Okay, Yanks guy says, why do I think over 1.5 first 5 team total on Reds is a good look? Reds just saw Hendricks last week. Got to think they make an adjustment, especially with day off yesterday. I get it. David Ellis says, is there a revenge spot for Red Sox now in Houston when they're hurting? Give Red Sox run line. I'm close to it. I'm close to taking the Red Sox run line here. With the Astros playing the way they are, I don't know if I need the run line necessarily. I'm close to making a move on the Red Sox here. Being a 3-cent move towards the Astros. So it's minus 137 would be the money line. Let's see what the run line is for the Red Sox. I think I'm going to lock that in here. Red Sox run lines plus 116. That doesn't make sense. I guess the only move is the Red Sox on the minus 1.5 is the only move. Ulysses Hayes on the Boston money line. Yeah, why would I take... I mean, there's a 55-cent difference. You're getting the road team. You're getting Sale, who's got to start pitching better. Tomino says it's a revenge spot, too, for Houston because of what happened in the playoffs. Yeah, I'm going to take the Red Sox here, and I'm going to take them on the run line. I think this is the first sign of a little bit of a slump with this great Astros team. And we've seen, I agree with Tomor saying he's not pitching at elite level, but he's pitching well enough for me at this point. And if Sale and Miley are both going to see the opposition again, I think Sale will have a bigger bag of tricks. I think without Altuve and Lopez, we know how hard the Astros hit lefties, but take Springer and Altuve out of that lineup. That was just a long night the Astros just had. A long night being that they lost, that they couldn't get any action offensively. Okay, I'm in. I'm getting plus 116 at Pinnacle. I'm not going to take the minus 140. Red Sox minus 1.5 at plus 116. You know what I'm going to do? Let me just see. Sorry, you guys. I know we need to go on to other games. What's the first 5 here? First 5. Boston minus 0.5 is minus 110. Minus 120 at 5 dimes. You know what? I'm going to take both. I'm going to take Red Sox first 5 minus 0.5 at minus 110. And then I'm going to take Red Sox minus 1.5 at, let's see it. Sorry, that was what? Plus 116, I believe. I'm backing Boston here. Plus 116. That's at Pinnacle. All right. Book it. Okay, we're making moves. We're figuring stuff out. Let's move on to Phillies Brew Crew. Mally Mouse says Boston winning tonight. Rod Zawacki with another no. Oh, no, Rod. I don't like that. I don't like that. Tom Marino says, I think Houston was flat against White Sox. I think they played better there. Rod Zawacki says world on Boston. I just feel like this depleted lineup is a nice spot to fade them. And I'm going to. Okay. I hear you though, Rod. Maybe it's a very public play. Okay. And I do have dogs. That I'd like to get to, and they're coming. When are they coming? I'm already on the Cards -1. Yeah, so, okay, let's just keep rolling. We need to keep a quick brisk pace. We have a huge card here. Let's move on to Phillies Brewers. Eichhoff versus Chase Anderson. Eichhoff is starting to come back to earth the last couple spots. Phillies Brew Crew. Let's see where Philly is right now. Here we go. Philly Brew Crew. Oh, shoot, that's run lines. Okay, here we go quickly. Philly Brew Crew. Here we go. Total open at 9, juice to the under. It's now 9, but it's now juice to the over. Chase Anderson opened at -120. There's been a 1-cent move towards Chase Anderson. CT Bay saying Bieber only 2 starts versus winning teams this year, and Indians lost both games. Tomino says, Ulysses Hayes is on the Brewers money line. Tom Marino says, I think the value is Phillies team total over at 4.5. Real Muto is hitting now. He's completely changed his lineup. Miller Park is a good park for teams with power. Yo-Yo Street says, Jimmy, you need to be in Toronto Saturday. Oh, Yo-Yo Street, sadly I can't pull that off. But I will be in Toronto in July, and we're all going to get together and smash some bottles. Ulysses Hayes says, fading Phillies gave it up yesterday, almost lost. Dave L.A. says, Phillies Brewers over. And that's where the market's going. I think that might be a nice look. Because we know that the Phillies are hitting right now. So Chase Anderson, who's looking good right now, just off the IL recently, is going to have a tougher time. And then Eichhoff is coming back to earth, and the Brewers can get to him. Now, we expect to see Yelich probably not in the lineup. He was drinking beer at the Bucks game last night, but who cares? A little beer, young man. Ryan Braun, questionable with his knee injury. Anderson allowed 2 earned runs over the last 13 2/3 since returning from the IL, but he's 1-3 with a 6.75 ERA and 5 career starts against the Phillies. Eichhoff has allowed 9 runs in his last 2 starts. You know, I guess the Brewers kind of seem like a play as well. But the over, I guess, is Tormio says Anderson's had issues with home runs at home. Russell Gordy liking the under in the Brew Crew, Jimmy, for some reason. Interesting. I mean, if you think about a Brewers lineup without Yelich and Braun in it, then I could see why the under would be appealing. Rick Rodriguez says, fade my Phillies here. Eichhoff 3-13 last 16 road starts. He's given up 9 runs last 9 innings. Ben Sports 24/7 said Eichhoff got spanked last night. Yeah, Eichhoff's coming back there. This is going to be a tough spot for him. But don't you think that we'll get a better line on Milwaukee as soon as they announce Yelich and Braun aren't in the lineup? We will. If you're backing the Bucks, then the Brewers, wait. I would wait. And that's what I'm going to do. And even if you're backing the over, we'll get a better line on the over as soon as they announce Yelich and Braun aren't in the lineup. So that's what I'm going to do. Molecular Ninja going right up against the taint play of the day, going with Snell tonight. I get it. I agree with all you guys, but don't you think we'll get a better number when that's announced? I think we will. So I'm going to take. I think we back the Brewers, and I think we back the over. And I will do that. There's Liberty Finder. Liberty Finder plus 600. Our guy Liberty Finder takes the Raptors after game 2 plus 600. Liberty Finder to you, my friend. Jonathan Suchi saying dropping 500 on Arizona tonight. Sherigan says, what's the LB on your cat means? It means Long Beach. This was a gift from our guy Noli Knows when we did the Low Bag Summit in LA, but also means low baggers in my heart. But it means Long Beach. Top says Philly has to be the value here in the over. Okay, I'm going to jump on. I think that Eichhoff gets touched again. That Fire TV saying thinking Phillies might not. I get what you guys are thinking, but I think this. I think that both the Brewers money line and the over is going to go down when they announce that Yelich and Braun are out. Oh, Daniel Chowder, it feels so good. It feels so good. And Dave LA on the Rays Indians first 5 under as well as the full game under. Let's see what you'd get on the first 5 under as well, doubling up on the under. Need to start from Bieber, but he looks good at home. It's at 3.5 though. I should have got it at 4. I'm just going to stick to the full game under at this point. But I get it. Okay, let's keep rolling. White Sox Twins. Now, we don't have a lot of time left. And I'm already going to tell you guys how I'm on the Cardinals. I've got a couple dogs I want to back next. So, okay, so we're not going to get to enough. The Mariners, A's, Rangers, Angels, Diamondbacks, Giants, we're going to have to hit harder on the late show. But let's finish off these last few games quickly, as quick as possible. Okay, White Sox Twins. Ronaldo Lopez versus Jose Barrios. I wish the White Sox didn't have to travel from Houston last night because they are playing very good baseball. And I know that my 55-1 to win the division is not live because the Twins are playing so well. But this White Sox team, maybe I should have waited till next year to take the White Sox to win the division and roll. I believe in this White Sox team moving forward. I believe we'll have value with them moving forward. We may have value with them here, but I hate the travel spot. Huge move towards the White Sox. That's just stats may back it. But to me, that will be just a sort of a recency bias after those 2 wins in Houston. The Twins open up at minus 225. There's been a 35-cent move towards the White Sox. The total opens at 9, juiced to the under. It's now juiced to the over at minus 118. Okay, there's my guy Noli Knows. There he is. Oh, God, I love these guys so much. Okay, and big play. Rod Zawacki is the Mets over 7.5 at plus 100. Interesting. Okay, Rod, I'm going to copy and paste that. I'm going to copy and paste that. There we go. And Bookie Lover Q saying the Brewers closer was off yesterday. Good point. I'm going to jump on those 2 plays. But let's get a nicer line. Okay, so, sorry. Let's go back to this spot here. And we got to be quick. You know what? You guys have heard this before. Look. Oh, and Dave L.A. saying I tailed Mark. I believe he's talking about Mark Lathrop. Is he in the chat with us? I don't see him here. Says, I tailed Mark, but I believe that White Sox Twins first 5 under. I love this play. What would you get here on that first 5 under? The total with the White Sox game. God, I got to keep this pace brisk. It's 9 full game. So I guess you're getting a 5er, eh? Oh, there's my Canadian coming out with the A. 5, yeah, 5. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so I've been a fan of Lopez and Giolito, and that's one of the reasons why I took the White Sox to win the division. And Lopez is a tricky guy to figure out. First off, let's talk about the Twinkies. They're hitting hard. 267, 849 OPS against righties. 6-1 West Coast road trip. Saw them hit 22 home runs, outscore the opposition 67-29. Finished their road trip with a 16-7 win. Second 8-homer game in the span of 5 weeks. 2005 Texas Rangers, the only team in Major League history to have multiple 8-homer games. 98 home runs through 49 games. And they're playing unbelievable. They're on pace to hit 324 home runs this year, shatter the Major League mark of 266 set last year by the Yankees. 6 players with 9 or more home runs. But James Beana says, how can anyone take the under with the Twins right now? Lopez 1-1 with a 3.46 ERA in 4 career starts against the Twins. He's looked great in 2 starts at Target Field. You got Moss says, I drafted Lopez. Oh, in the baseball pool. He got dropped quick. I get it. Barrios 5.11 ERA on the road, 3.55 at home in his career. You have to think that the over is going to get booked here, or at least a team total over. I feel like we'll get a better line on that first 5 under, and then I understand it's dangerous. It's dangerous. I'm going to need more time to think about it. I get it. I'm going to need more time to think about it. I'll just leave that as a lean. And I wish that the White Sox didn't have to travel last night. They're going to be tired. Christopher Smith on Super Run Line. Dat Fire TV on White Sox upset. Interesting. There's Keems the man. Killed yesterday. I love it, Keems. Russell Gordy says, I'm going under on Minnesota travel from Cali. Screams under. Malmouse says, White Sox have a chance here. I like all these looks. I just need more time. Okay, Cardinals -1. I'm on the -1 line. I got -145 at Bookmaker for the money line and plus 130 at -1.5 on the run line. Let's take a look at what it is right now. Full game, money lines and totals here at sportsbookreview.com. And here we go. Atlanta, St. Louis. The total's up to 10. At 9.5, I was like, man, I missed it. Now it's already at 10. Michaelis and the Cardinals open at -145. It's now -152 is the best you can get. So I beat the line move. And David Ellis says the over will get love from the public. And then we can smash the under. I'm interested in the under. Okay, so look, I'm on the Cardinals. I want to get to a couple dog spots. So I'm on the Cardinals. Fulton Avich, until he starts getting movement, he's got no movement on his pitches right now. They're going right down the center of the plate and they're getting smashed. Michael is falling back to earth. This is the Derek Holland situation. This is a situation where Michaelis has a job, comes in as an ace, didn't have to do all the work he had to do last year to earn a spot in the rotation, and he's just not the same pitcher. Can he turn it around? Possibly. Let's talk about Fulton Avich, just hammered by St. Louis 2 weeks ago. So is Michaelis. Michaelis was just hammered as well, but not by St. Louis. Michaelis was hammered, so he's 7 innings, last 2 starts, 7 innings, 2 runs. Oh, so that was nice, sorry. 7 innings on May 11th, so that was 2 ago. 7 runs. Oh, he was ripped. Sorry, I'm reading this wrong. Sorry, you guys. Okay, he was smashed by the Pirates. 7 runs oh, God, sorry, you guys. I'm just a little frazzled. He had a nice start against the Pirates, a bad start against Texas in his most recent outing. So he was touched for 7 runs and 1 1/3 after allowing 2 runs against Pittsburgh in a nice start. Last start against the Braves was September 17, 2018. He got hit hard. But Fulton Avich has absolutely no movement. I'm on the -1 with the Cards. I like this spot. The main reason why I like it is just a tough travel spot for the Braves. They began a 7-game road trip with a tough flight all the way over to San Francisco. They just played in a 13-inning game. Now they fly all the way to St. Louis, and St. Louis did not play yesterday. I'm on the Cards -1. Okay, here is a spot that I'm going to back the Kansas City Royals, I think, unless everybody talks me off of it. I want to back the Royals first 5 with Junis. I think Junis turned the corner. I know he got... So last start against the Angels, he actually pitched, I thought, quite well. He got touched. 2 pitches he got touched. 1 by Trout, 1 by Ohtani. But other than that, he went 7 innings. 4 earned runs on 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. he had walked a career-high 5 batters in his previous start. He didn't walk a single batter in his 6th. He talked about figuring stuff out. Nut Flush Island on the Cards, team total over. Yeah, I would like to take that too, but I just missed the spot. That was an 8.5 at first. I was an 8.5 for this, now a 10. I just feel like I missed the spot. Junis has bad record against the Yankees, but he's better at home. Chad Green, what's Chad Green going to do? The Yankees feel so good about themselves. I just feel like this could be a spot for the Royals early. Yankees coming off 4-game sweep of the Orioles. They're 15-5 in the month of May. Green has appeared in 14 games, pitched 12 1/3, 17 earned runs. It's going to be his birthday today. It's his 28th birthday today. We have Green as the listed pitcher for the Yankees, I believe. Yes, we do. I just feel like the Royals' first 5 is a spot that appeals to me. I think this is a tougher spot than it looks for the Yankees. I'm going to take a look at what I get right now. Royals, first 5. Sorry, let's go to first 5 money lines. Shoot. Okay, we got to end this show. So I'm just going to end the show with a couple dogs unless someone talks me off of these dogs. And no one is doing that yet. All right, hey, says, great year to be a Yankees fan. I get that. Royals, first 5, plus 124, up to plus 126. I just feel like the Royals can get to Green. I feel like Yankees are overvalued right now. CT Base says Royals will win tomorrow with Duffy over Hap. Christopher Smith. Oh, Joe Anisi was at the last 2 Yankees game. Wow. Joe Anisi says, love this spot, Jimmy. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the Royals first 5, just the first 5. I think that the Yankees can get their shit together. Russell Gordy says, yep, KC first 5. I'm going to take it. KC first 5. I'm getting plus 126. That's the best line available at Bookmaker. Plus 126 for Royals first 5. All right, we got to shut this show down, but I've got one more spot that I want to jump on, and that's the Orioles first 5 with John Means up against Jeff Hoffman. Hoffman has been called up to start twice, and both times weather washed out the chance. For Albuquerque this year, he's been terrible, but remember the PCL league is so offensive. 3-3, 7.57 ERA, 1.5 whip, 1.54 whip. Rockies are just 9-11 at home. Means has got 1/3 of Baltimore's victories. Baltimore's lost 6 straight and 13-15. Ulysses Hayes says, take them bats, they're clicking. I just feel like this is a spot here. Art Hayes says, how's the Yankees bullpen? Just from a simple statistical background, which I can give you right now, Yankees bullpen, the opponents are hitting 222 off of it, and the Yankees ERA is 3.97. So I'm going to take the Orioles first 5 here with John Means. I know that the Rockies offense can get to the Orioles bullpen. I can understand if I was getting a plus 285 like Dave LA is getting on the reverse run line, I'm getting plus 215. And plus 215, I'm getting a money line that's plus 145. If you put that in the -1 line, that's just like a plus 180. That doesn't make sense. A lot of this just doesn't make enough sense. But what does to me is the Orioles first 5. And that's what I'm going to take here. And I better get a big plus line, or I'm not, obviously. I'm getting plus 149 at 5 dimes. Plus 149. So what would I get on the point spread here? And then we're just about to shut down the show. I know I've gone long. Orioles first 5 is plus 10. Minus a half is plus 105. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for a score here. I'm going to go for a real score. I'm going to go for a run line. No, not a run line, excuse me. I'm just going to go for a money line here. And I'll push if it ties. I'm getting plus 149 at 5 dimes. Plus 149 for the Orioles first 5. Plus 149 Orioles first 5. Russell Gordy says, can't take Baltimore, Jimmy. I get it. I understand it. But I just feel like the Orioles first 5 at plus 149, Royals first 5 at plus 126 are spots that I just feel like I have a lot of value with. All right, we got to go. I know we've gone long. So there's 3 games that we didn't touch, but we got to 12 of them. That's pretty good. And for this morning game, I'm on the Cubs first 5 minus a half and minus 115. Then we have leans and stuff that I may add on, but the lean to the Mets team total over, a lean to the Padres. I'm not making moves on either of those. Want to study it more? I'm on the Rays Indians under 7.5 and minus 118. I'm on the Red Sox first 5 minus a half and minus 110, and the Red Sox minus 1.5 at plus 116. Mally Mal saying WNBA starts today. We'll have King Rail joining us on the Late Show. I have a lean towards the Brewers money line and the over. I have a lean towards the first 5 under White Sox Twins. I know some guys on it that I respect. Cardinals -1. I got it -106. Thank you, Sports Gambling Daily. And then Royals first 5 at +126. Orioles first 5 at +149. That is my action. Thank you guys so much. The chat was on one today. Excellent insights. Very, very good work. We're on a nice little run here. Let's keep it going. Thank you guys so much for everything. Let's keep it going. Those of you who are on the Cubs game, let's come back to the Late Show in the Black. WNBA starts today. We're going to have King Rail joining us. But most importantly, Leche, Alo's Bookmakers!